Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Tuesday, the 14th of May. We got a rally going here in front of the CPI numbers. So apparently the market with today's kind of benign PPI is expecting a similar CPI number. If that happens, we're within striking distance of an all-time high. The S&P cash is actually only about 20 points. Let's get right into the charts again. I'm going to have a class in 2 days about a very important, exciting topic, gaps. I'm almost full, but I still have roughly about 5 or 6 spots left as of today. I haven't even checked the numbers. But yeah, go ahead and sign up, for that class. There's a link below. That's going to be on Thursday at 7 Pacific, 4 Eastern. So hopefully I can see some of you there. Also sign up for the newsletter. I've been writing about grains. I've been writing about copper. Copper, interesting, hit $5 a bushel, a pound today. Let's get right into the charts, go through those real quick, and see what is up here. So starting with the, I want to, first of all, let's start with the S&P cash, which is the SPX. Now, remember, there's a difference between the cash, the ETF, SPY, and the futures. Now, the futures have a premium of about almost, so futures, because of the, remember that's a derivative, have a bit of a premium, about 30 points, but also because of the premiums in the past contracts, the chart looks a little different. But you can see on the cash, we're literally within 20, this is the all-time high here, about 52.60 on the cash. So we're literally within striking, within about 18 points of that high, which should pass that tomorrow if we get a nice, if we got a benign some inflation number. On the futures, that we still got a little bit of room here to go on the futures, because the futures, again, are constructed a little bit different here. So if you look at the futures, you're looking at about, let's see, on the futures, you're looking at about another 70, 80 points. The all-time high on the futures actually is right up here at 53.29. It's called 53.30-ish, 33. So we're still roughly about 70 points away from that, which is very interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. We actually have some levels up here that may be worth, the NASDAQ composite, the big NASDAQ actually hit a new high today. The 100 is not near a new high as well. So we've got some levels coming up here, some pullback areas there. The Dow kind of lagging big time here on the futures. And then the Russell doing not much of anything. Also, Bitcoin is kind of underperforming. It looks like it's broken the link between stocks and Bitcoin. Bitcoin futures are now lower with the revival of the meme stock craze. Now you saw GameStop up like crazy, swinging about 18, 20 points a day now, which is really fascinating as well. That thing was up almost, up to 80 in the pre-market, and then came all the way down to 36, and it's trading in the 50s right now. So it's pretty volatile. Pretty great trading on that, but speaks to the the speculative juices running back into the market. Rates came off a little bit today, you can see, but still largely in a trading range. Really haven't broken any technical levels as well. The VIX did touch 12.5, and it's coming right back up again. That's going to be, see if we actually break through 12.5 tomorrow, if we get a big rally, or this is again marking possibly a near-term peak. The scenario I foresee is, again, another new high and then a big pullback. That's generally what happens. Nothing much to talk about in terms of the dollar. It is falling a little bit. We got some levels down here at 104. Japanese yen, which I've been mentioning, still just kind of meandering lower, hit that resistance here, which is old support, now resistance here. You can see that in the monthly chart here, the weekly chart right there. So it just came right up to where it broke down from and then fell back off again. We'll see what happens with that. Again, notable today, let's just get right into it. Notable today was copper. I actually wrote about this morning in my market overview. $5 was in the cards. Sure enough, we came right up to $5, which is the all-time high, by the way, in copper. I don't know if you guys realize that. Came up, and I've been writing about this in the newsletter too, so subscribe to that newsletter. $5 and then came off. We'll see if this is actually the peak or we take this out, like I've been talking about with silver at $50, only at 26 right now. This is an all-time high. Similar with gold, this could probably make a new high. Nothing really in regards to oil. It's kind of just dead. Nothing happening in the oil market to really mention. So I'm not going to really just, 75, I think, on oil, I think we got nice support around the 75 mark on oil. Let me just bring that in here. Yep. So around 76, 75 would be nice support on oil. Nat gas still nicely moving higher. We still got to get above that high, and then we've got room probably to 255 and then $3 eventually. But it's looking pretty strong right now. That doesn't mean anything. We've had these kind of false rallies before. Even today we just looks like we peaked here and then came off. We'll see if this continues with shallow pullbacks and then continues higher. With regards to the grain markets, which I've been talking about, kind of paused after these big rallies. Again, key level on soybeans, $12 a bushel. Wheat, $6 a bushel, $6.50 now. It actually held at $6 a bushel here. It had almost 100-point rally, and now it looks like maybe $6.50 somewhere in here. Corn's kind of the laggard still. Nothing going on there. So, but overall, it's going to be interesting tomorrow. I think increasingly the odds are climbing that we make a new high. These algos go after these highs. As you know, they act like magnets. So I think the odds are high that we make a new high. Unless, again, we get a hot inflation number, then the market's going to turn tail. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then we've got, Walmart earnings. Other than that, but generally, it's been very, very quiet. But that means, if you look at the overall picture, just lastly here, this consolidation, if again, just look at a chart, the fact that we cannot break down, it's actually bullish because, you've got even here, you've got that big pullback, held these higher lows. Here, you got a consolidation, another move higher. So this could just be, again, setting up for another move higher up into these highs up here. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Again, a quick reminder, sign up for the class. I have a few spots still left. Sign up for the newsletter and give me a thumbs up and some commentary in the chat below. If not, I'll see you Friday. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the CPI number. Okay. Take care.